DOGE continues to downsize the federal government at a rapid pace.
So how are voters reacting to all of this? CBS's Natalie Brand has the answer.
More than a dozen people spoke to us. Many of them didn't want to go on camera, but almost everyone had a strong opinion, ranging from fear over what's going on to applauding the government-wide cuts. We traveled to Ashburn, Virginia. That's about 40 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. It's an area where you get a range of political views, but it's also a place where a lot of people are connected to the federal government, either as direct employees or working as contractors or work for businesses that support the government. I met one woman, Carol, whose husband works for a company heavily dependent on USAID contracts. She says his projects have been shut down and his company has furloughed around 70% of the staff. Carol and her friend Janet told us some of their concerns about Elon Musk's DOGE and layoffs across government agencies.
Everything just feels very indiscriminately done. There's no purpose to it. They're just slashing people without any kind of thoughtful consideration of what they do, what their job is.
I just don't understand how all this can happen and there's no control over it. And we've got people in the Oval Office now that aren't politicians, that have no right to be making these decisions.
The White House says it's the federal agencies making the decisions about who to cut. And supporters of President Trump, they say that this is long overdue, that the government should be downsized, although one supporter said that it seems the cuts are happening rather abruptly.
I think it was a little quick. I think you probably could have rolled it out a little better, but I think overall it's going to be good in the long run.
I don't think it's too abrupt. Unfortunately, we do have to pull the rug out after a while. I mean, the spigot has got to stop. This has just been ridiculous.
I spoke to one federal employee who declined to go on camera, but agreed with that sentiment, calling the cuts, quote, fantastic. Another federal worker disagreed and said he worries about young talent, those probationary employees with less than 2 years experience on the job, leaving government and taking their skills with them. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.